It's Violet with Cyber Bratz Media, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I had saw this video. It was Kim Kardashian's Santa Baby music video, and immediately I knew I had to react to it. So we start the video off with Kim Kardashian sliding down a wall, and we have like weird stock bros just making a phone call. Sounds like they're trying to do a business call or something. And then the camera starts to tweak out when it pans back over to Kim. And honestly, that's just so weird to me because it's giving like ghostly type of vibes. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's like ghostly, something possessed the camera. Like, I don't know, just the weird glitches. It just doesn't sit right with me. Then, oddly enough, we have a demonic elf eating a bowl of cereal. Like, there's no way for me to describe it. He's literally a goblin elf eating cereal. Like, what? I'm already super confused about this whole video. After we show the demonic elf, then we have people that are fighting over, well, I don't know exactly what they're fighting over, but while they're fighting, money is being thrown around, and to me, it gives off like the illusion of that people are fighting over money. Don't have anything to say about the girls playing Twister or the girl doing the cheerleading act with the hat. I have nothing to say about that. Because then it pans over to a Virgin Mary with a donkey, and she's like blessing the people. And then after that, it pans over to Kim Kardashian, and she does a little dance move, and then it pans over to Jesus, like an adult Jesus going into the refrigerator. And I'm trying to think of what the symbolism is, but it's weird. It's very weird. Give me a second, I'm gonna think about it. I started to think about it, and it was just kind of a weird idea, but stick with me. So you have the Virgin Mary blessing the fight in a way. Like, she's watching humanity fight over money, and she blesses the situation while Jesus turns his back on it. And then after that, it goes to a man messing with electricity, and it makes me wonder about like the resurrection in a way. Like, is he trying to electrify him? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I hope that you understand what I'm trying to say, because this is so weird and it gets weirder. Next, we have Kim Kardashian trekking through the snow with a whole bunch of toys around her. Check out my Christmas list. Next, it's a older woman laying flat on the surface. And it pans over to a man that's chopping up a Christmas tree, and then it shows that the Christmas tree has a whole bunch on the bottom and nothing on the top. And for some reason, my brain, it kind of went to like old money. And I know that this is kind of like backwards in a way, but hear me out. So I'm about to bring up old things from high school, but do you guys remember trickle-down economics? So it's the whole concept where all of the money that rich people make is supposed to slowly trickle down to the people at the bottom. And if you've heard of like Reaganomics and stuff, he was like really big into this concept. He thought that if you were to like not really tax the rich, then some way somehow that they will be like spending more of their money and giving it to people that are less fortunate, or like giving the money back into their companies. The reason why I mentioned trickle down economics is because then the camera pans to a woman who looks similar to Kim Kardashian. And then it pans over to a guy who's heartless. Like he has like a concave chest. And then it pans over to this dude counting money.
800, not as much as last week. We haven't been to McDonald's.
Then after we see the man counting money, he mentions something about have you gone to McDonald's? Now, we all know McDonald's is a huge company. It's huge. However, like even though it's a worldwide, in every single country, in every single neighborhood, you got one on every block, they pay their workers minimum wage, you know? And I'm not about to go into the argument of, burger flippers shouldn't make that much money, because I feel like anybody deserves a affordable wage. It doesn't matter what you do for a living, you deserve to make enough money in order to survive. The camera then pans to a person, or two people actually, surrounded by a fire in a trash can. And, in media, that's synonymous with homelessness. So that's something weird. It made me think a little bit. So you have all of these people with money and they're heartless, or just counting their money, and then it pans over to somebody that's homeless. Weird. A little trickle down economics being displayed right then and there. Then it shows some people that are caroling, and I can't really understand what they're saying in the video. The music is too loud, but it sounds like a Christmas carol. But then it pans over to a boy that's in a football uniform, and he's smoking cigarettes. Like a whole bunch of cigarettes are piled around him, and he's just putting out another one with like a dead face. The reason why I'm tripping out over like the American football player is just because I feel like he kind of symbolizes America. Like, I know that's weird, but to have like the Christmas carolers in the background while this dude is just smoking like so many cigarettes and just a deadpan face, it kind of just shows how like Americans haven't really been in the Christmas spirit lately, just because of like things that are going on. Because then afterwards, it pans over to a woman who's swimming in a pool, and the pool of water isn't really like that big, but she has her head under, and it makes me wonder if it's just like Americans are drowning in their debt and they're not able to celebrate Christmas. They're stressed out about how they're going to even afford Christmas, let alone afford their bills or anything else that's going on in their lives. After we have the woman in the pool of water, we then have some religious symbolism, and it's the nativity scene in a way. That's what it looks like. And it kind of it's interesting to me because it makes me wonder, like, oh, like, you know, people, they normally start to pray whenever they're on hard times. They're praying to God, asking for some type of blessing, or, you know, a monetary gain, or anything that's just going to help their lives get better in that situation. So I'm not too sure what the train symbolizes. I'll be honest. I can't really think of that. Maybe it's just like the hope of a new beginning, you know? Like normally when you get on a train, you're going to a whole new place. And yeah, actually, the train is symbolizing going to a new place. Maybe. I don't know. But what I can tell you is after we see the train, we see a family and a strong man watching TV. And it kind of goes back into the prayer. So people are praying. Normally, when you get them praying, you say a prayer for your family, and you pray that like God or whoever you believe in is able to give you strength in order to handle whatever situation you're going through. Kim being on her knees kind of solidifies my belief that this is about like praying. And it's weird because then the camera pans over to a girl who has on mismatched shoes. And I'm wondering if that's like people's actions not matching up with their beliefs. Next, we have that woman with the mismatched shoes going to the door, and there's Christmas carolers there, and she immediately slams the door in their face and looks depressed. And that kind of goes with the mismatching beliefs. You know, it's Christmas time, you want to celebrate, but then the second Christmas comes to your door, you slam the door. Weird. Alright, next up, there was a man that was getting his head shaved bald. Now, we all know with a lot of cults, they shave their heads bald as a way to get rid of identity, along with the same thing with like the military and prisons. They do it for more practical reasons. However, it does strip away your identity that you have. So I think that that's kind of important with the like religious aspects that are going on too. So the next scene is two men that are, I don't have any proper ways to describe this, but they're kind of M-wording or touching all over this reindeer. And it, again, a lot of religious organizations do have a lot of allegations against touching and more inappropriate actions against other people, along with it being a very popular tactic that cults use. So again, kind of leaning into that religious symbolism that's going on along with the holidays. And then again, to confirm my beliefs, Kim Kardashian then goes and lays down in a doggy style position with the girl with the mismatched shoes in the background. So again, I think that kind of symbolizes the mismatching beliefs that religion has around sex and topics having to do with sex. So after she lays down, we then see two men run across the screen during the while she's in doggy style and the girl in the background. And I'm wondering if that's just people turning their backs on these beliefs and just going with it, like they're running with it. You know, like it's so interesting. Like, honestly, all of these different things, I'm hoping that all of this comes together and it makes sense, because I feel like a crazy person just talking about it. The next scene is Kim laying lifeless on the floor while three little people in Santa suits are gathered around. They're stealing money and they run off with bags. And I wonder if that has to do with like consumerism during Christmas, just because, you know, people are going out, they're spending a lot of money buying a whole bunch of things, and Santa Claus or the stores, or however you want to call it, they're able to run away with the bag. They don't really care about people. They drain them. Oh my God, the stores and Santa Claus have drained these people of all of their lives, and then they're just running away afterwards. Ooh, det kan det bli. The next scene is somebody vacuuming up a whole bunch of money, and it kind of makes me wonder if that has to do with all of these companies. They're just sucking all of the money out of us and they're just leaving us drained on the floor, just because it does pan back over to Kim on the floor laying down.
Not a man of God. He is not a man of God. He is not a man of God.
The camera then pans over to a nun in all red, and she's laying down on the floor, kind of in a crucifixion position, just because she's laying down on her back and she has her hands like laid out, and her body is in the form of a T. So it makes me wonder about that. And then she's saying how that's not a man of God. That's not a man of God. So this one might be a bit of a stretch. I mean, hell, this whole video could all be a stretch. But I think the reason why she's saying that's not a man of God is because a lot of companies use religion and Santa Claus as a way to get on people's sides, you know, like get on the sides of consumers. And at the same time, they're doing all of these actions to say that they're people of God. But then the second they're given an opportunity to ruin someone's life by firing them, or, just little things. They're just not people of God, if that makes sense. So, for example, a politician might say, I love God. I go to church every single Sunday with my family. I pray every day. But then at the same time, he wants to ban gay marriage, and he wants to use like fossil fuels, knowing that it pollutes the earth. And then also he might go to war with another country. So all of his actions are going against God, and you know what I mean? Like, I mean it like that. Like, it's just, you're saying one thing that you love God, and then your actions are proving that you don't. I don't know. Next, we have a man that's sitting in a pile of snow, shivering. And I think that kind of leads into the politicians' actions being so cold, and normal citizens trying to warm themselves up just because of how cold hearted their actions are. And also, it's kind of just like you're leaving your people out to die in a way, just because like the actions that you're doing, you're not really actually supporting your country. You see this person cold and shivering, and then you just walk past them because you don't care. You're not a man of God. Then we have a woman in a mask knocking on the window, and she's holding a sparkler. And I don't know if that's supposed to symbolize Lady Liberty, or if that's supposed to symbolize like the politicians having an affair while still saying, I love America, and wanting to celebrate their country and stuff. But they're cheating, because it's so weird. This video is weird. I don't know. I'm just trying to make sense of it all. We next have a group of men sitting around in a circle gambling, and I think that's kind of like insider trading, with like stocks, and you never really know exactly how the stock is going to turn out unless you're doing insider trading and your buddy said, hey, you need to buy into this company because there's a new technological advancement that's going to really make the stock go up. You have to buy into it, or you need to sell because we haven't had a hot quarter and we have to report how much money we made. So a whole bunch of people are going to be selling. So the price is going to drop down, so you might as well sell now. There's a lot of insider trading going on nowadays. I'm not really too sure what the last scenes of the video mean, because it's Kim, she's still on her knees, she's crawling towards Macaulay Culkin, and like Macaulay Culkin is dressed as Santa Claus. It's super weird, especially with the music being slowed down so much, and it's just like the eerie silence of everything with just the music playing that's slowed down. It's super weird. I don't know. If you can figure out what the last scene means, you're probably an amazing person. And I could tell you took English classes and you passed all of them, and especially symbolism classes. You did a really good job. Or you probably write novels and stuff or something. Like, I don't know. But if I were to sum up the whole video, I know a lot of people were saying that the video is demonic, and I don't really get that impression of it. I genuinely think that Kim was trying to make an allegory about Christmas and religion and how it can corrupt people in a way, along with like how money corrupts people. And I think that she did a very good job, because this whole video, I'm just thinking about what everything means, and I feel like she used a lot of good symbolism. Now, I definitely could be wrong. Like, I've been wrong before, and I'll be wrong again. And honestly, if it is something else, good on her, because this video can go so many different ways. And I feel like it's just all about your interpretation. And I feel like that is the beauty of art. You know, art can be so many different ways and stuff, you know. So if I'm on par, awesome. If I'm not on par and she's looking at this like, what are you even talking about? That's okay too, because it's just my interpretation of the art she created. But if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and a comment. It is greatly appreciated. And like I said, I do want to hear about what you guys thought of the video. Please tell me. I hope you have an amazing holidays. Bye bye.